here I've marked my starting line, and you can see I went up by 2 inches from that starting line I marked, and then from there I came down by 8 inches, which will be my crouch line, and then 18, which is the full length of this trouser. So on this waistline, which is the starting line I already marked, I'm going to measure the hip, impute the hip measurement, and that is 6.5 inches. So after I impute it there, I'm going to come down to this crouch line, and I'm going to take the thigh measurement, and that's 7.5 inches. I'm going to mark it right there. So I'll mark 7.5, the crouch measurement, and then the 6.5 that I marked as the hip measurement, I'm also going to mark it here at this crouch line. So I'll repeat that 6.5, which is the hip measurement, and then I'm going to mark a straight line. That is where I'm going to use as base to curve my crouch. And don't forget that the 2 inches I went up by before marking the other measurement is going to serve as my waistband. That is, I'm going to cut a pieces 2 inches to replace that 2 inches I took my tape up by. Okay, so after curving this crouch, I'm going to go down to the hem here, and I'm going to measure 4.5, which is the ankle measurement. So I marked it there, and then bringing in my ruler, I'm going to just mark a straight line just like that, just like you can see from there, the ankle measurement to connect to that crouch curve. Then from here, from the waistline, I'm going to mark a straight line to meet that crouch line, and then from the crouch line as well, I'm also going to mark a straight line as well to meet the hem of the trouser, just like this. And then after that, I'm just going to cut it out. And then notice at this hem part I added 1 inch. That is for my folding allowance, so we'll do that as well. And then on this upper part, I'm going to go up by half inch or quarter inch. So this is only going to be applied on the back part of this trouser. You know, if it is a normal trouser for an adult, you go up by 2 inches or 1 inch, so depending. But here I'm going up here by 1 inch, half an inch. This trouser is for a 1-year-old, so I went up by half an inch rather. Then I'm going to cut off this part. So remember that this trouser, I folded it in such a way that I cut both the front and the back, so you can see what I have here. So I'm going to take out this back one that has this extension at the top part, and then I'm going to cut it off, trim off the other parts, and then I'll bring the front and cut out the rest, right? So this is the front. I have 2 pieces here for this front, and this other one I went up by, I have 2 pieces as well for the back panel, so I have cut it out. So this is it. The next thing is I'm leveling here. I'm leveling back front, so that I will indicate the front and the back. So this is the front, the other one is the back, rather this is back that has the extension at the up, and this is front that doesn't have it. So this is the 2 pieces I'll be using for my pocket. By width, you see I have about 6.5 inches here, 6.5, and then by depth I have about 10 inches just here, you can see. So the 2 pieces for the 2 sides of the trouser. So I have my 2 fronts here. This is the wrong side of the front, which I marked. I labeled F, which is front, and then as the other side, the second part of this front, I'm going to label it now. I didn't label it earlier, just so to indicate the wrong side and the right side. So this is the right side. The side I marked is the wrong side. So on this right side now, which I don't have my the labeling, that's where I'm going to place the pocket. I hope you get, because if I didn't mark it this way, it would have been confusing. So I marked that other wrong side with my chalk so that you will know the wrong and the right side. So on this right side, I placed these pieces like this, which is for my pocket. And then from this tip, just like you can see here, I'm going to go in by 2 inches. I'll go in by 2 inches from this side. You can see the way I placed my tape, right? From the side, not the side of the crouch, okay? From the other side, I went in by 2 inches. And then from there, I'm going to come down by 4 inches. This is because it's for a baby. If it was for an adult, you'll be coming down by at least 7 inches or 8 inches, okay? So I came down here by 4 inches, 2 by width, 4 by depth, okay? So I used my ruler to curve it this way. I repeated the same thing on the other side of the trouser, okay? So I'm going to stitch them up now. So I'm done stitching. This is what I have. This is the stitch I had run on it. So here I'm going to run a top stitch on it like this. You can see if I open it up, this is the way it's going to be. You see the way it's curved now, the shape that it's giving. So on this shape, I'm going to top stitch on it right now. So you can see what I have. I'm done running the top stitch. So this is it. So I'm going to fold my pocket now so that I'll be able to curve the down part. Just watch and see the way I'm going to do it. So you can do yours that way. So this is the way I fold it. Okay, I fold it this way, and then while running the stitch at the down part, I'm going to make a curve. You'll see the way I'm going to do it. So, but first of all, make sure you just align and adjust the pockets to match properly. So make sure it matches very well. So I'm going to run a stitch on this point I'm showing you here. So I'm be going over to my machine right now to go and run a stitch. I'm still trying to make sure that everything aligns and is equal. So I've run the stitch. You can see the chalk I have there. I marked it there so you can be able to see how I ran my stitch. I'm going to trim off the excess. So after trimming, you can see the curve that I have there, the shape that it's giving. So I'm going to turn it inside out so that that stitch part will be inside and not outside the pocket, okay? So this is it. You can see how it's relaxed. I haven't even ironed yet, and it's looking this way. So with this, if you make it this way with that top stitch, it will be able to help you relax the pocket. So I'm pointing out, I'm going to top stitch at that point as well. So I have done that. I've run the stitch, so you can see the pocket is not moving around anymore. So I've stitched the top part, okay? So I'm going to bring the back part of this trouser. This is the back now. So I'll bring the one that is matching this side of this leg of the trouser. I'll bring the one that is matching, and then I'm going to bring front facing front, like the right side facing right side. You can see the back side that has that chalk. So front facing front, I'm going to go to my machine and then stitch this side now, and then you will see what I have. So this is the other side, the front side of the trouser. So I'm done running the stitch. You can see what I have here. So you can see I've stitched this part, and this is the pocket area. All right, so I'm going to bring the other side because I've sewn it. This is the second part, and I'm going to place it just like this. I'll place it just like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and stitch the crouch part. So this is it. Place it this way, arrange it very well, and then stitch this crouch line. Guys, please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and also like this video if you have loved what you've seen so far, please, so that you don't miss our subsequent videos. Just hit on that subscribe button, please. So here I'm going to go ahead and sew the crouch side now. I'm done sewing that down. So this is the way our trouser is looking like. We're almost done. Almost done. So the next thing is to measure the waist and then cut my band. So after measuring my waist, I have about 24 inches. So I fold my fabric like this and I measure 12. You remember 12 plus 12 will give us 24. I have about 23 and a half inches after measuring the waist of the trouser. So I made it 24 so that if there is any excess, it will just be small excess. So I came down by 4 inches because when I fold this thing, this spaces, if I fold this 4 inches, I'm going to be left, it's going to give me 2. Okay, I hope you understand. So I marked 4 so that when I fold it, when I put it on fold, it's going to give me 2 inches. So after marking the 4 inches, I connected it and cut it out. You see what I mean by when I fold it, like see what I have here when I cut it out. So here is exactly 24 inches, as you can see. So this is what I mean, fold it this way, you'll be having it 2 inches, right? So cut on 4, then fold it to give you 2 inches. So this is it after I was done attaching it to my trouser. You can see the way it's looking. So it's looking very neat here. So the next thing is to cut our elastic. So remember when I was stitching this band, I left some space where I'm going to pass my elastic from. So bringing in my elastic, I'm going to measure my waist, removing 4 or 5 inches from my waist, my actual waist. So I have done that. I'm done cutting the elastic band and then I have passed it through. You can see the way it's looking here. So guys, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it, drop a comment in the comment if you have any, and then subscribe. Thank you.